رمضان 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 رمضان.
Hi everyone and welcome to another episode of Bilal's book. This is where Bilal chooses a book and we share it and we read it together. Hello Bilal, how are you doing? Are you okay? Fantastic. Have you had a good week so far? Yeah? Fantastic. Oh, so this is the book that you've chosen for us today. Let's have a look. Let's see what this book is. Wow, well straight away I can see this is going to be a bit of a mouthful for me because it's called Ordinary Mary's Extraordinary Deed. Okay, do you know what deed means? No? Okay, so deed means when you do an action, when you do something, and it's usually either a good deed or sometimes it could be a bad deed. Okay, but I'm sure Ordinary Mary is going to be doing a good deed. What do you think? Yeah, because it says extraordinary. And the author is Emily Pearson, illustrated by Fumi Kosaka. Here we go. Ordinary Mary was so very ordinary that you'd never guess she could change the world. This ordinary kid? She did. She changed the world. Really? Can you believe that she could change the world? I don't think so either. Should we find out how? Because she's so very ordinary. One ordinary day, skipping on her way from her ordinary school to her ordinary house, she passed an ordinary vacant lot filled with ordinary bushes, growing ordinary berries. Ordinary, blue and juicy, luscious, lovely berries. Oh, well actually they weren't so ordinary then, were they? But they were lovely and delicious, and you can see in the picture, they look delicious. Well, Ordinary Mary picked the ordinary berries and brought them in a big brown bowl to Mrs. Bishop's porch. What? Left berries in a big brown bowl on Mrs. Bishop's porch? That sneaky kid did. She did. Yeah. That's very strange. It's pretty odd. Just leaving some berries on somebody's porch. Ah, look at the next picture. Can you see? Ah. This made Mrs. Bishop very, very happy. Get that? Yeah. So she baked a big batch of blueberry muffins. Ooh, my favourite. You like blueberry muffins, don't you? Yeah, I love them as well. And thought of 5 people who might have brought those beautiful berries. Then secretly, she gave them each a plate. How great! 5 people got a plate. Do you know what I've just realised, Bilal? She doesn't know who dropped the berries off. She didn't know it was Mary. So she thought, who could have given me those blueberries? And she thought of 5 people that it could have been and gave them all a blueberry muffin. One of those 5 was her paper boy, Billy Parker. And when Billy saw his name on a note in the driveway on a plate, he quickly parked his bike and ate every crumb. Ooh, delicious. Oh, yum, yum, yum. He ate every crumb. This made him so glad that the next 5 people got their papers on the porch and not in the bushes where he often threw them. In fact, they were handed right to them. All right, so can you see? Because somebody was kind to him and he got given a free blueberry, he did his job a little bit better. He went and gave them the newspapers in their hand. Yeah? Ah. One of those 5 was Mr. Morey, who was so amazed that he smiled for 10 hours on the aeroplane. Wow. Then said to 5 different people who had heavy bags, "Here, let me help you." He still smiled, and they did too. Wow, that's amazing. So Mr. Morey, who was given his newspaper in his hand, helped 5 other people at the airport, and it put a massive smile on his face. Yeah? Cool. One of those 5 was Mario, whose cranky little boy, James, stopped crying when Mr. Morey played peekaboo with him until their ride came. So you can see the boy is really happy now, but I bet he was really grumpy. You've been like that, haven't you, before? You remember that time we were waiting for the bus? Yeah? And you were really, really cranky and crying and, oh, you were kicking up such a fuss. And then this old lady, who just sat next to us, she decided to kind of entertain you and play peekaboo with you. Remember? Yeah, and that cheered you up, didn't it? What did we say at the end before we left her? Yeah, that's right. We said thank you, didn't we? Good. When he waved goodbye, Mario explained, "How strange that a stranger would be so kind." Yeah, it does feel strange, doesn't it, when a stranger's kind to you? And the next day, when he was out shopping, once, twice, 5 times he did something nice for 5 different people. 5 times without stopping. Wow. One of those 5 was Joseph, old and bent and grey, in front of him in a line at the produce stand. So he went to the shop and he saw this old man in front of him. When he said, "I guess I counted wrong. I don't really need these oranges," little James reached out to him with an orange from their basket, and Mario put a coin in Joseph's hand and said, "Here, take this. The oranges are on us." As Joseph shuffled to the bus, his heart was full and his eyes were wet, and his hands did helpful things for the next 5 people he met. One of those 5 was Sahar, a college girl who was off to see the world and stopped at Joseph's shop. Oh right, so Joseph's got a shop. I wonder what he sells. When her bag broke, her things fell all over the floor. She said, "Oh, what shall I do?" Joseph said, "This is for you." And he gave her a new bag woven with his own hands in red and purple and green. Oh, how lovely. "Oh, thank you," she said. "It's the loveliest bag I've ever seen." When Sahar left, she felt sunny as noon, and she just had to shine on 5 people soon. Oh look, there's a bit of a rhyming going on there. Clever, isn't it? One of those 5 was Sophia, whom she met on a boat, looking like the world might end, looking like someone without a friend. Oh, you looked like that this morning, didn't you? Yeah? You had a really big frown on your face because you didn't sleep very well last night, did you? No. Well, anyway, let's see what happens to Sophia, shall we? Let's see how we can cheer her up. "What beautiful blue eyes you have," Sahar said. "And they're just the colour of the flowers on your lovely dress." And you can see her dress that she's wearing. "Yes," said Sophia. "Oh, yes," said Sahar. The beautiful blue eyes shed a happy tear, and when the boat trip was through, Sophia called 5 people to make them happy too. One of those 5 was Tom, her son, the doctor, who was having a very hard day. Doctors do have very hard days, don't they? And they're very busy at the moment, aren't they, the doctors? They're doing a fantastic job. "Hi," she said. "I love you, Tom." "Well, how great to hear your voice," she sighed. "I always need my mum." Dr. Tom was so cheered up that on his next break, he brought a big bunch of bright balloons for 5 young patients, and he handed them out right there and then. Isn't that amazing? So what we're going to do, Bilal, is we're going to stop the story here, and we're going to come back in the next episode, and we're going to continue and finish the story to see how ordinary Mary, how her extraordinary deed changed things. But in the meantime, what I want you to do, Bilal, and I want all the boys and girls to do at home, is I want you to find maybe one person, it might be 5 people, and I want you to do something kind. I want you to do something really nice for them, okay? You might just smile. You might help your mum with the washing, okay? You might help your dad around the house, okay? You might play a game with your little brother or sister. It could be anything. It might even be drawing a rainbow and sticking it on your window so everyone who walks past can see. Whatever it is that you do that good deed, and then you can tell us all about it next time before we read the next half of the book, okay? Now, if you can help it, try not to tell the person that you're doing something kind just for them, if you can help it. If you have to tell them, then that's absolutely fine as well. So, Bilal, you know what to do? Yeah? Fantastic. You looking forward to it? I certainly am. I'm going to see if I can help 5 people as well between now and the next episode. So, have fun, be good, and try to do something extraordinary for somebody else. Until then, we'll see you then. Bye-bye.